Hello. On the last video we saw how to create a player when the pad connects and destroy it when the pad disconnects. So now we are going to send events from the gamepad to the viewer and from the viewer to the gamepad. So let's open the script. Let's go to the pad manager. Yes, here we are going to listen for the button and send an event. So first we need to go to the pad scene, scenes, pad scene, and I'm going to create a button here. Okay, this is going to be attack button. To change the text to attack, we're going to place it here. Oh, sorry, here with the button selected, we place it here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and red color. Text black color. So we also need to change the canvas to be constant physical size, so because if not it's getting like a lot smaller when we export it to our phone. So yeah, this should be okay. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller now. Okay, great. So now on our pad manager, I don't know why it is called view manager. I messed this up. Pad manager. Yeah, it seems like it got confused somehow, and we have here the view manager script instead of the pad. So I'm going to add the pad manager here. Okay. So here we are going to do the same as we did on the view manager before. We're going to make the awake async, and we're going to await until initialization. Await arcane initialize client, arcane client initialize. Okay, once it is initialized, we can start doing stuff. So we are going to declare our button. And here we are going to say attack button dot on click, add event listener, attack. Okay, on attack we are going to send an event, arcane.emit, arcane.message.emit. Here look, we have emit to views, emit to paths, or emit to emit will be event and IDs, an array of a list of strings of the IDs we want to emit. But for this we are going to emit to the views. There is only one view in this case, and on most cases, but I wanted to support multiple views, although I haven't tried that too much yet. So yeah, let's keep it simple. Emit to views, new arcane base event, attack. So this will be the way of doing it, like the simple way, but we cannot send damage, for example. We wanted to type this and add the other properties to the class, so we can do this. Public class, it will be ideal to have it on another script, like on models, or create its own file, but I'm going to do it here. Public class attack event, and we're going to put public damage, public int damage, the constructor. Base, we pass the name of the event attack in this case, and now we set this the damage cause damage. Oh, and I forgot we should be inheriting from arcane base event. With that, now we have our typed event. So now we can use it instead of new arcane base event, new attack event, and we pass a damage, for example 5. Okay, so now we can we need to listen this attack event on our, okay, I have an error here, okay, I'm missing a semicolon, right, on our player. We are going to say path dot on attack, and we can just, well, we need here to receive the event. It could be an arcane based event E that will have only the name, like attack event, or if we have a typed event, we can listen the attack event, and now we have the name and the damage as well. So we can do it like this on a function, like a lambda function, or a better way is to do it with an action. New action, type attack event, attack. Attack event, and now we can here do something. For example, debug.log attack, and also here we can do a few things. So this is going to work, but before continue, we could access to the name of the user, for example, and other stuff. So we are going to say who attacked. So path.user.name attacker, and with this user object we will also have the color. We could use the color to paint something, like for example to use the fonts of or the mesh with the color. The way of using it is hexadecimal, but it's only the numbers, so, or the letters, so we need to add the hash. It will be something like this, but yeah, let's continue with this at the moment. Okay, so now we are going to export our path. Good settings. Remember to have the development build, and we are going to build to our path folder, yes, and only the path scene. We don't care about the view scene. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to open Arcanepad, going to settings, developer menu. Here we have the path of the path as always, and now I should be able to connect with my two phones. Great. So it's still building. first time it always takes a little bit longer, but then it is faster. Right, so now we are going to close this and go to Arcanepad, play, and it is loading our Unity scene, the pad scene. And now if we go to our view, we are going to go to the view scene on Unity, play. It's going to create the two players. As you can see, we have the two players. We didn't test this before, so yeah, this is good. And now if we press attack, I'm going to the console, press attack. Oh, I forgot something very important. Yeah, it's always with Unity, this always happens to me, to drag the button the button to the attack button here. This is always catch me out of guard. Okay, let's see if this time the build is faster. It should be a lot faster. And to press pause. Yeah, you see it's less than 10 seconds this time. And press play again. And we go to the view scene, play. And we have one player, the other is still loading. And I'm going to press attack and high attack. This gamepad is called high, so yeah, it attacks. And the other gamepad is still loading. It's an old phone, so it takes a while to load the Unity scene. Let's hope it does it at some point. Well, it seems like it got bugged. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it usually works fine. It's the first time that it doesn't work. Okay, now we have the second player, attack, and BB attacked. These are the two players, and we have their attacks. Can attack many times, so that's great. So a few things before continue. For example, if you saw I'm accessing the username on the player. If you want to access the username on the pad, it's the same. It's the same object. It's just that you have to access it with the arcane singleton, arcane.pad.user.name. This is only on the pad. On the view, you cannot access the pad directly. You have to do it through the pad you assigned. Like on the view, we have all the pads, so it doesn't know which pad is the one. So you do it like this, like assigning one to each player. Okay, so now we want to send a message from the view to the pad. So this is a simple, well, let's say we want to make it vibrate. This is a built-in, so it will be like pad.vibrate 500 milliseconds, for example. With this, we are making the gamepad vibrate from the view. But this doesn't make a lot of sense because the pad knows that attacks, so we could just do it here, like on the gamepad. Arcane.pad, sorry, on the attack function. Arcane.pad.vibrate 500 milliseconds. But let's say now we take damage. Take damage. On take damage, we are going to send a message to our pad that it has taken damage. Pad emit new arcane base event. Well, this doesn't work actually because we need to send the damage, so we are going to create a class as well, class take damage event arcane base event. Okay, I'm just going to copy the attack event because it's pretty much the same. This should be on the same folder maybe or script than the attack events, not here, but well, for simplicity I'm going to keep it here. So path.emit new take damage event 10 damage, for example. So let's say that every time you attack, you also take damage for some reason. This doesn't make a lot of sense, but well, I'm not going to make all the logic to attack and take damage on a normal game because that will take me hours to do. So yeah, on attack we also take damage. We take actually we should set the damage as a parameter. Damage 10 damage. Okay, and we are emitting this to the path, and when the path takes damage we are going to make it vibrate. So void on take damage path.vibrate 500 milliseconds. Okay, so I want to check the example for a little bit because I think I'm doing things a little bit different. Well, it's kind of similar. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I'm using a function on attack button press instead of attack, but well, little difference, no problems. So on take damage, now we need to listen the take damage event from our path. So we're going to say arcane. Let me check how this is on this. Yeah, arcane.path.on take damage new action take damage event on take damage, and we have to add the event here on our parameters. Take damage event, and we're going to make it vibrate 100 milliseconds times damage. So we make use of our variable for some reason. Great, so now I'm going to build. Okay, and now we're going to play the view scene and play the gamepads. Here are our two gamepads, and when we attack, it's not vibrating. Okay, finally I found the error after debugging for a bit. So the problem was that I was on our path manager. I'm listening to the arcane path, but we don't do like that. We should do arcane.message.on take damage, and now this is going to work. We are going to we are going to listen to the take damage event. So let's build, and I'm going to, while it's building, I'm going to explain why this works like that. Okay, so I'm going to the code. So the arcane path object, when we are on the pad scene, on the pad environment, let's say, we use the pad the pad object to interact with the device, like vibrate or like to do this kind of stuff, get quaternion. But to send messages to the view, we use the message object, and to listen messages from other instances, we just listen to the message. And since on the view we are using on our player, we are using already the pad object to emit, is going to listen to those events here. So the pad, we only use it mostly on the view to like listen the pad events, the events that the pad send, and to send emit events to the pad. But on the pad we use the message, arcane.message, to emit to the views or to the pads, or to listen the messages directed to us, to our gamepad. So that was my confusion I had. So yeah, now let's try this. Okay, I'm going to press play, and now here we are going to press play as well on the view scene. As you can see, I added even a log because I was going a bit crazy with this little error. So I'm even adding like a log text, and then I'm making the pad vibrate for 500 milliseconds. So as you can see, when we press attack, it is adding the event name, and it's vibrating. Maybe you can't hear that it's vibrating, but it is vibrating. And it's only on this pad, not on the other. So yeah, that's great. Now we know how to send events or messages from the pad to the view, and from the view to the pad. On the next examples, I'm going to do the rotation. Well, I think the rotation we can do it right now. Like, it's super simple. The pointer stuff is a little bit more complex. Yeah, but no, these videos are already too long, so I'm going to make another video for that. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.